Hi, this is James Headley. Welcome to the Living in Naples channel. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to talk a bit today about living year-round in Naples. There's definitely some evolution occurring on this topic, given factors that have been bolstering the housing boom in the Southwest Florida area, like the ability to work remotely, for example. But it's highly likely that the migration of car carriers each spring and jam-packed I-75 heading north each April and May will continue as snowbirds continue to migrate seasonally to and from Naples. So today, knowing that that's the case, I thought it might be informative to look at the 5 biggest differences between living in Naples in the off-season versus just in-season, for those of you who are considering the possibility of perhaps spending the full year in Naples and jettisoning that Northeastern or Midwestern or Western home, whatever the case may be. So with that, before diving in on those 5 things, let me just thank you for liking the channel, subscribing, and sharing. Very much appreciate that. And without further ado, let's dig in. The number one thing to keep in mind about living in Naples year-round is traffic. Getting on and off of Marco Island, making a Costco run, heading to the pier on 5th, wherever you live in the area, just about any drive of distance that you're making takes less time come summer. So that's certainly a factor to consider. Number 2, dining. As the seasonal residents head back north until late fall or early winter, they take with them the need to make reservations weeks in advance, if not months, at so many of the local restaurants. If you decide at noon on a Friday that dinner on 5th sounds like a good idea in May, June, July, August, September, October, there's a high likelihood that your party can be accommodated at many, if not all, dining establishments in downtown Naples. So another possible plus for you. Number 3 is golf. If you aren't a member of a club, playing during the season involves either having a friend or friends who are, and or playing less than stellar courses. In either case, you can count on paying a healthy premium for the greens fees and cart fees at that time. But come summer, the rates go down and the available tee times go up. If you're fortunate enough to belong to a club, the off-season brings reciprocal playing privileges at 70 or more courses in Collier or Lee County, depending upon where you happen to belong. The pricing for those reciprocal rounds is generally around a third or even less of what you would pay as a guest in season at those courses. So another possible plus for you when it comes to spending the full year in Naples. And number 4, closings. So keep in mind that the other side of the lower summer demand that I've noted above in a couple of categories is that providers often adjust their supply as well. So while demand goes down for dining, for golf, etc., many restaurants are closing for a few weeks or more over the summer to give their teams a break after the rush of season, and of course to focus on upkeep and upgrades that may have been pushed back to the back burner when the tables are filled every night in season. Similarly, golf courses are going to undertake multiple aerations over the summer and other maintenance efforts that will lead to either closures or a not so great experience on the links at times. In for a bumpy ride on those greens if aeration has happened in the last week or two. And for those club members out there, you're almost certain to see a reduction in dining options and or hours, as well as perhaps more limited menus in the off season. And basically forget about club-hosted social events during this time of year, as most of the club events are focused on that peak season when the snowbirds are in town. So maybe not such a plus on this front for you if you're considering the year-round option. And lastly, number 5, the weather. Probably a minus for most of you. The summer months are the wet season. The off season definitely, brings those afternoon showers and sometimes all day showers. It's hurricane season, so be prepared for at least a couple of instances of prepping for potential for a tropical storm or a hurricane during those months and all that comes along with that. Definitely more heat and humidity. Of course, in Naples, the thermometer has never touched 100 degrees. So if you're coming from a New York or a Philadelphia, even a Boston, but less so there, Chicago, where you get those very hot and humid summers, you may not see that much of a difference, quite honestly, in Naples. And the good news is that the Gulf breeze tends to blow most days during the year. So you're going to get at least a bit of a break in that oppressive kind of heat and humidity. So I hope this is helpful to you as you're thinking about whether a year-round stay in Naples might be the right thing for you, and whether that might work with finances a little bit better, certainly as housing values have gone up, housing prices have gone up and continue to rise in the area. In any event, I'd love to talk with you about your particular circumstances and help you to decide whether Naples part of the year, Naples full year, or Naples not at all is the right decision for you. So please reach out anytime, and look forward to connecting with you and discussing your particular circumstances. As always, thank you for tuning in and liking, subscribing, and sharing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again.